Rock and roll isn't dead, and neither are good old-fashioned debates. The latest presidential one may have been a bust and led to our current head of state withdrawing from the upcoming election, but in general, a juicy back and forth about hot topics like politics or, say, religion have always reliably stirred the pot in any setting. If anything, debate bro culture has gone a bit too far, making social media even more toxic than before. On the big screen, though, debates can make for gripping drama. With a dashing and smooth-talking gent like Fabian representing one half of your debate, you're also off to a solid start. The Better Call Saul star leads a gripping new drama film that flies by in its tight 87-minute runtime and feels like something that will soon be made available on in-flight entertainment systems, but that's no slight on The Way We Speak, the project from writer-director Ian Ebright. It's a little indie that could, and if you happen to watch it aboard an airplane, for example, you'd still be thinking about Fabian's chilling performance long after your pilot makes a successful landing. Not your average femme fatale right off the bat, The Way We Speak screams gloss in its appearance and presentation, and a lot of that is thanks to the film's editor, Robert Schaefer, a longtime Francis Ford Coppola collaborator. He's assisted by colorist Chris Martin, who did the hit indie film Fruitvale Station, so you know you're in for a visual treat. It also helps that the plot simply hits the ground running, with tragedy quickly striking and serving as a catalyst for a biologically aging but professionally up-and-coming writer named Simon, Fabian, to take the stage and partake in a series of professional debates hosted by a prestigious company called Rampart. His debate partner, George Rico DeStefano, has suffered cardiac arrest, and instead of canceling the staged productions, Simon insists they march forward with a last-minute replacement. That's where things get juicy. By Simon's side is his prestigious doctor wife, Claire, the excellent Diana Coconubo, who happens to be suffering from stage 4 cancer. But Claire is the real power player between her and Simon, and as they go backstage for the debate, along comes a sort of reverse femme fatale type figure named Sarah, Kaylee Rhodes, a knockout. She's blonde and beautiful, and may or may not have ulterior motives when she asks Simon and Claire for autographs, since she happens to be right there when news breaks that Simon needs that last-minute debate replacement. But Claire is no femme fatale in the seductive, film noir sense. Instead, she's an avid believer in the divine, and that becomes the central topic of all three debates that are moderated by Simon's intellectual colleagues Annette, Ayanna Berkshire, and Terence, Lowell Deo, who struggle to keep the peace as Simon repeatedly tries to shoot down Claire's claims that God has a place in our world. The Way We Speak becomes much more than two intellectuals firing eloquent insults back and forth at each other. Fret not, this isn't just an elongated Aaron Sorkin scene, folks. Simon takes on a strange infatuation with the younger and attractive Sarah, in ways that might eke you out. It doesn't help that he has a drinking problem, which perhaps explains why he's introduced at the first debate as an up-and-coming writer, despite his obvious middle-aged status. Why has it taken him so long in life to find his calling? And on that note, Ebright's story takes on a unique dynamic here, going against generalizations that the older generations might be more inclined to stick with religion, in comparison to the younger folks. In The Way We Speak, Simon is older but less notable than Sarah in the public eye, and he's the one dwelling on the fact that there is no God. One look at someone like Sarah, and your stereotypical mind might think she's the more secular one, with perhaps fewer accolades than the elder Simon. But no slight on you, Fabian, you're still a looker and charming as ever, as evidenced in AMC's Better Call Saul. Added to that, Simon simply acts like a child at times, the way his ego gets the better of him, the way his narcissistic drive clouds his care for ailing wife Claire, the way he lashes out at Sarah and perhaps says some unforgivable things to her, on stage in front of everyone, in the heat of the moment. He's an alienating lead character to be sure, and at times, it's hard to watch, but that's sort of the point, and the more mature themes at work, such as Simon's crippling social anxiety he struggles to conceal, help keep the end result feeling all the more cerebral. The chilling musical score helps with this effect, as do the fleeting dream sequences where Simon catches glimpses of his fallen comrade, George. If only George were there to guide Simon during his moment to shine while his trying-to-be-proud wife watches on, and if only George was a more established character. Instead, Simon thinks he has all the tools he needs and becomes a bit of a tragic hero by the end. Aren't we all? Either way, Fabian offers a can't-miss leading turn for a guy we normally see as a guest star on all those glorious TV shows, The Morning Show, Magnum P.I., etc., you've watched over the years. The Way We Speak is now available on demand and digital through platforms like YouTube, Apple TV, Google Play, and on Prime Video.